Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Quest V. Last episode, despite rescuing Prince Henry, the episode ended in tragedy as Pappas was defeated by these three goons, Gemma, Jami, and Gons. And after that, they took Prince Henry and Bean and put them into slavery, working for this holy order, which I guess isn't too holy because, I mean, they're using slave labor to build this temple. So here we are. We start off here as slaves 10 years later. We're talking about slaves. First we're gonna move this stone over there. You don't have to, but it's funny if you do that because it you cause a backlog in the line. You see all those slaves, they're trying to push their stones to the conveyor belt there. I guess they get crushed up to make usable rock for the building, but yeah, we caused a little bit of a traffic jam there by moving our boulder over there. Let's just talk with all the other folks here. Not really much to do here. Get a little bit of information, but mainly this is pointing out that, you know, this is a really depressing time. These slave masters here just basically work everybody to exhaustion, and despite saying that they're, you know, like I said, part of a holy order, they don't seem to be very good people. We can't move their stones. I don't want to be flogged. Well, we're sorry we clogged the place there for you. All these folks coming down, they all just have, don't even have the energy to speak. So we're gonna head on up. We're gonna head to the top floor and we'll end up running into our old friend Henry. Apparently Bean has been a little bit of a troublemaker. Apparently he's tried to escape before and people don't want to help him anymore because I guess the escape plans never go according to plan. It just leads to more whippings. What are you doing? We need more rocks. This isn't even a tenth of what we got. You slaves really have it good, don't you? Being able to work for your entire life under the High Priest and all. I will learn a little bit more about the High Priest. But we don't actually encounter the High Priest until much, much later in the game, almost at the end of the game. Apparently they've convinced some of the slaves that it's for the best that they're working here, because at least there's no monsters here. Well, I'd rather face monsters out in the wild than the monsters that the guards and stuff are. But yeah, they just basically work you to exhaustion and not in the best conditions. This guy's been here for 20 years. We've only been here half as long. So this is basically, like I said, this is the start of Generation 2. As you can see, Henry has grown up as well too. But I guess the only thing that's motivating us these past 10 years is knowing that our mother is apparently alive out there somewhere, and we have to try to find her. That's what Pappas, our father, wanted us to do. But first, I guess we gotta escape here. But we've not been able to do that in the 10 years we've been here. But something is about to change. And mainly it stems from this guard right here. His younger sister was taken into slavery. You gotta do something, but can't go up against the High Priest's will. He doesn't know what to do. So you just want to come down here, explore everything, because once you explore all the areas, that triggers the game to progress. There's a guy tied up there in the cells. We'll be back here a little later ourselves. Oh, it looks like they cleared out the traffic jam that I caused. So we head on back up here, and it's time for rest. So we end up in the slaves' quarters here. We get to talk with our fellow workers. Are you having a bad dream or something? Man, you've got such fight in you. You've never been used to being a slave, have you? On the other hand, take a look at me. I'm all reformed stuff. So he's grown in maturity. Remember, Henry was a big prankster, and no one really liked him because of his attitude when he was a spoiled prince. Now he's just a poor pauper. feeding the slaves the lie that once the temple is completed, that they'll all be free. Now, the temple will be completed, but it'll be a while. It'll actually be Generation 3. Like I said, this game covers 3 generations. Right now in, I guess, Bean's teenage years. He's 16, and it'll cover a few years of his teen life into his early adulthood. I owe your father so much. Even in death, he taught me so much. I've changed me. 10 years have passed. And we shouldn't really look in this jar because it turns out that's the toilet. We do want to head over here and we'll learn more about Maria. She was the guard's younger sister. And she was apparently a member of this Order of Light cult, but she broke the high priest, something the high priest had, and he punished her by making her a slave. But she's been disillusioned by the Order because, you know, she sees what the Order's really doing. Once we talk with all the folks in the barracks here, this guy comes in and sends us back to work. He doesn't really like us. But I guess most people don't like us because we don't, unlike the other slaves, we still have life in our eyes. So I don't know if he'll ever see this temple completed, but he knows that if he dies, he won't have to be a slave anymore. He won't be whipped. This guy continues to tell that lie that once the temple is done, all the slaves will be freed. What are you doing? Hurry back and get to work, you punk. Don't even think about escaping. Well, you know we have to escape. Now we learned that Henry is downstairs where we were working the other day. So we're going to head down and talk with Henry, but we're not going to do much work down there. The High Priest is apparently trying to counter evil by building this temple, even though it seems to be using evil to fight evil. Let's head on down the stairs. Once again, these slaves carrying rocks around. They're too tired to even speak to us. Head on down here. Go back to where we were working yesterday, but like I said, we're not going to get any work done here because something else is happening down here. Poor thing's been whipped so many times now. And still not. How cool, can anyone do something about it? The folks down here all say the same things as their palette swap up there to the right. We step up here, we see Henry. And he lets us know that basically this Maria, the girl we learned about earlier, is she's getting flogged. She apparently dropped a stone on one of the guards' feet. And Henry, he can't just take any more of it, so he's gonna get involved. Can't just stand here, gotta do something. Now all the people on the other left and all, they're just still working. They don't say anything differently. Maria tells us not to get involved, but if we talk with any of the two guards here, we get into a fight. Now you don't have to win this fight. If you lose the fight, I'll show you what happens, but I'm going to win the fight here first. So right now we're just going to cast Upper on ourselves, cast it once on ourselves. That's the only amount of times you can use it on yourself. Afterwards it isn't effective. Then we're just going to use Gale on these guys. Now our single attack, just fighting with our fists, actually does more damage than Gale to a single target. So we're actually going to start using fists once we defeat one of these guys. But casting Gale allows us to attack both of them. So we end up actually doing more damage. So, I say we did 37 damage there, split amongst the targets. We do about 20 with our fists. So yeah, sometimes the Gale rolls high, sometimes it rolls low. But we're just gonna, like I said, keep casting the Gale until we take out one of these guys. There we go. Now we can just focus on a single targeting attack with just our fists. And we can use our heal more spell to finish, to keep ourselves healed. Yeah, sometimes these guys, they go down easier, but sometimes they keep healing themselves with medical herbs. But as long as they don't use their strange dances over and over again and steal your MP, you should be able to, like I said, win this fight. Right, so the main thing is casting that upper, then trying to finish one off with the Gale spell, and then weaken up the other one enough that you can finish it off pretty quickly with your fist. But this guy healed himself twice. So, but yeah, you defeat him and you get some experience, you get some gold, and you got the chance that maybe they might drop an agility seed. But, and I'll show you what happens if you just lose. Basically, if you lose, the same thing happens, only your sprites are laying down as if you've been defeated, and the guards still come in here and take you away. You see the guards, they just get back up after the fight and say, take these guys to the jail. And they take Maria to the healer. So also, the loss then at the end of the episode, so it's a little bonus. We really did this time, didn't we? Oh well, it's better than getting whipped, eh? So we're stuck in this jail, just talked with Henry twice and that moves the scene on. Nothing we can do, might as well just wait around. I talk with him again, but gotta talk by his head. I wonder just how long they plan on keeping us here. Someone's coming. And it's that guard and Maria. He lets us out. What's going on? Let's check it out. Thank you so much for what you did for me back there. I want to thank you really for saving my sister's life. I'm her brother Joshua. I've been curious about you two for some time. You just don't like the other slaves. Your eyes are still full of life. And that's why I have a favor to ask of you. Will you help me out? If we say no, he's like, please don't leave me out. But if we say yes, he just goes right into this thing that he shows a rumor that once the temple is destroyed, all evidence of it, of the slavery, is going to be erased. So that means, of course, that all the slaves are going to be killed. So he's like, you gotta sneak my sister out of here, and we're gonna pull a hobbit and escape in a battle down the river. Just how Bilbo got the dwarfs out of the Elf Kingdom. Joshua hits a switch, and we go downriver here, and we will end up far away. We're gonna get a little bit of a taste of the world map here, though. There's this big temple there in the center of the world. And we are going to be swept by the ocean current over far to the east. We're going to end up at this little nunnery here. We'll find out that this nunnery is actually south of Reinhardt, so... Oh good, you're finally up. You've been unconscious for 3 days now, and we were all worried that maybe you wouldn't wake up at all. Hey, that outfit looks familiar. Gee whiz, I was so surprised to find people on a criminal bow. Your friends told me that you escaped from some horrible place or something like that. Oh well, this is a nameless nunnery by the sea, so take your rest and get well. Right. Oh yes, I found this set of clothes tucked away in your belongings. The clothes you were wearing recently were so ragged, I took the liberty of changing you. She's a little ashamed, I guess, because I guess see us naked. You came here all the way downstream to the same battle as Miss Maria. The more I speak to Maria, the more I am humbled by the beauty of her soul. Surely she was sent to us to serve God. Oh, you finally regained consciousness. I'm so very happy. Thank you very much for bringing my brother out and helping me escape. But when I think of my brother and the people who are still enslaved there, I cannot bring myself to truly be happy. The reason that I stand here this day is surely due to God's good grace. So being, this is giving me my brother, but I believe it would be better used for you. And we get 1,000 gold. And all our belongings are back, so all that stuff that we had in our inventory when we got captured as a kid, they're now in our inventory, so... How'd your tale? You've been working as a slave for 10 years and finally gained freedom. Rest assured, no one will ever give you orders again. If father's passing, where you go will be up to you entirely. But please don't ever give up, because freedom is what truly means to be alive. For the first time in our life, we are walking our own feet. On our own 2 feet. And, well, we're not really walking our own 2 feet because the game's kind of directing us where we're going to go. We have some open-ended exploration, but for the most part, you know, we're going to follow where the game tells us to go if we want to advance the plot. So this goal tells us we should head north to a city. There's a lot of fun things to do there. And hey, it's Henry. You finally woke up, huh? You've changed everything. Oh yeah, you had baggage and stuff, huh? But look at me, I'm still look like a slave. Ah, well, what can I do? Let's see now. What should we do? Anyway, you're about to leave. Give me a holler. And he'll ask us if we're ready to leave. If we say no, we can just go back in and talk with folks. But, if we ever just want to leave, which we have to, he says, well, let's go find your mother. He wants to tag along with us, but remember, if we tell him no, he's like, wait a minute, you have to let me go because you're my flunky, I'm your master. Remember that we became his goon? Technically we didn't become his goon because remember we never got the goon badge, so he wouldn't let us be his goon. But now, it didn't matter we didn't have the goon badge because he's gonna make us his goon and he's gonna adventure with us. Henry will be a temporary party member for a while. He'll be very valuable because in this generation, challenge runs exist where you only use people. So you only use like Bean and Henry, and then Henry's gonna leave. But yeah, this is where we're gonna learn that we have the ability to tame monsters. So much of the party will be monsters that we can get to join us in the wild. I guess it's like Pokemon. You defeat the monster in battle, and they will have a chance to join you. So only certain monsters will join you, and certain monsters have different percentage chances of joining you. So I might get lucky and get a good monster, or I might get unlucky and not get any monsters. So well, you should get some monsters. Some monsters have like really easy recruit rates, like 1 in 4, but then the most rarest ones would get like 1 in 256. So you basically have to do a lot of fighting to get those monsters. Unless you use that trick where you have the 6 items in your inventory and only them, and then a monster will automatically join you if it can. But I'll show that off like in the bonus. But for right now, I'm just going to show off what happens if you lose that battle to those whip men. So here we are, I just keep trying to run away. And they both hit me for max damage. And we get annihilated. And we don't get that experience, we don't get the gold. And you see this scene just plays out as it did before, but instead of us standing down, the guards knocked over. We're knocked over and the guards are standing up. And they'll just throw us into the cell. So, but everything else progresses the same as before. And speaking of progress, I hope you join me in the next episode where we progress with Bean and Henry to see where their adventure takes them. Take care, have a good day. Thanks for following along. Bye.